Hi, beautiful people. Oh my goodness, I'm a little giggly today. So I just woke up with kind of like a little downloaded message that I want to share with you guys today. Just a little wee message. It kind of like branched off of my last video that I did that was about fantasy and like distinguishing between fantasy and faith or hope. And I had mentioned something about signs in there. And so this morning I kind of woke up with a little downloaded message. So I wanted to pass it on to you. I don't know how long it'll be actually, hopefully just a short wee one, but it's hard to say. This is all improv. I have no script. I never have a script. I just speak. Okay, so it's basically about the signs and wonders, okay? In our spiritual world, a lot of us have put a lot of stake in signs. I'm gonna leave off the wonders word for now, but just in signs, right? We're a lot of times looking for signs. And I'm a big believer in that, actually. I believe that the universe does orchestrate things. We're all very connected, so it makes a lot of sense that there would be a lot of interconnection, that we would get some signs where one thing is leading us to another or showing us something. I think what I want to just make a distinction around is I am the distinctor. I have a distinctor inside of me. So I'm going to use it and hopefully help you guys out with it. So what I would say in terms of signs is just to be really aware of, again, kind of how much stock are you putting in it? So a sign is given to us as a little bit of encouragement. It's the universe just kind of like maybe pointing a little in a direction. And I would say that the healthiest way to take in signs is more just to see it as a little nudge, maybe a little prompt that you're going to just try out and then see what happens. Kind of like take it, like one step at a time. A lot of times what happens, I feel like in the spiritual world, a lot of people that I know is that they really attach and grasp onto any sign that comes along. And they take that as truth. And that feeds their fantasy, right? Like I talked about last time. So we want to just be really aware of that and not get too attached to a certain sign having to be. The way that I would say to approach it is almost more like use signs as something to look back on later that shows you how you got to where you were, right? So even like, I would say, for example, with astrology, or like tarot readings or something, I've had readings where I'm not going to use those as my inner guidance, like my directional, thing. It's more just as a little nudge, just something to consider. And then what ends up happening is after the fact, like maybe I'll get 6 months down the road and I go and look back at the notes from that reading. And suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, all these things happened. And then it's just this beautiful, confirmation of how the universe orchestrated everything. And it's so amazing. But I would say to just be really aware that you're not using all of these external signs or external things as a way to completely guide your life. I would just bring this back into your own intuition. I want to say that your inner guidance is inside of you. Okay, so if you're getting too much, or you're putting too much stock in anything outside of you to give you your information or your direction in life, that's dangerous. That's dangerous ground. So you want to come back to yourself. So what I would say is, even if you do get a sign, put it through your intuition. Maybe it's a sign of, I had this tarot reading and these cards said all these things, so that means it's all going to be true, right? And we just lock, stock, and barrel, is that the phrase? Like just assume that it's all truth. But no, we got to put that through our own intuition and see, like, what does my heart say? What does my gut say? Or maybe, I think I gave an example in my last video about the hummingbird, right? Like maybe you've got this person in your life that you think is supposed to be your person. And, every time I see a hummingbird, I know that it means, we're going to be together. And again, put it through your own inner guidance. The hummingbird may just be looking for some flowers and you just happen to see it, right? Especially because if you want to see hummingbirds, you're going to see hummingbirds. So just being really careful that you're not allowing the external to guide everything, but that you're really coming back to yourself. I even recently heard a tarot reader who does that for a living on YouTube. And he even was saying, like, you guys, if you're addicted, if you're watching multiple of these, you need to step away, go live your life. Like, you can't be addicted to this. Don't use this as your whole totality of truth. Like, come back to yourself. And I was like, that is so good. That made me really respect him. So anyway, okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Hope it's helpful. Trust yourself. Trust your own guidance. Do not give all your power away to something outside of you. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.